Hi everyone, it's Laurie, and I am here to do a pick one reading for you. I hope all of you are happy, healthy, and having some fun. Just to give you a little information about this week's reading, each reading of the three here, so we have three choices, all of them will have a 6-card tarot reading. Okay, so it's going to be a tarot pick one with some oracle messages. Now, I have not seen what the oracle messages are. The only thing I've seen are the rune stones, your cards. I will, for the tarot reading, I will be shuffling and putting those out as a spread, and then we'll interpret it. All right, so go ahead and pick your... I'm going to start here and move this way. So let's go ahead and pause and get set up for reading number one. And thank you to each of you for being here. I greatly appreciate your time, your energy, and your kindness. All right, let's get into your reading. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Pick one, the first choice here. You have the rune stone, ANSUR, or mouth. It's about communication. It's about how you communicate. So there's going to be a message here around receiving a message is what I'm hearing. Receiving a message, or possibly some of you are going to be sending out I'm getting a Dear John letter. So you may be disappointing somebody, telling them that no, you're not interested, or something of that nature. Let's go ahead and put this up here, and we will see what your oracle messages are. You have got, first of all, the Universal Folk Oracle, and this is about the Temple, card number 26. This is about your inner being, your internal self, your characteristics, who you see yourself as. I'm getting house 1 here, Aries energy, but knowing who you are and how you present to the world. All right, this is also about you being able to visualize what you desire, seeing things the way they are in your own life versus the way that other people tell you they are. This is also about your sacred space, your ability to take yourself out of the chaos of the world and be at peace and know who you are. This is very nice. I like this energy. We're going to put these up here because I am going to do a tarot spread. All right, so next you have the Sacred Forest Oracle message here. And this is Guardians of the Land protection here. So somebody may be trying to offer, I'm using air quotes here because offer you something, and I'm using those air quotes because it's not like an offer. It's almost like they're trying to pressure you into doing something here. So your inner being, who you are, what your standards are, what your morals are, what your ethics are, what you stand for and believe in, maybe like somebody's pushing against that, maybe testing to see if you really stand by your convictions. I am getting here with this particular card, though, that Spirit has your back, that your guardian angels, your higher self, your God is definitely protecting you. It's that sacred space again, too, where you go to find your peace. How you can connect with your higher self, your God, your passed on loved ones, elevated ancestors. There is protection here. I literally just heard EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. Maybe some of you work for them. Maybe some of you are imploring the EPA to protect your land or land that you consider to be sacred, to be important, not only to the past and the present, but for the future. All right, so that's a little bit specific there. And again, keep in mind, it does not have to be that specific for you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at, you've got 2 spirit animal cards here. Let's see what they are. You've got the badger spirit, which is card number 4, and then you've got the butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. This one with the badger spirit says, be fearless and bold. All right, so something needs you to stand up for it, needs you to be resilient. It's going to probably challenge who you are ethically, morally. It's going to require courage here, bravery, conviction to stand up for yourself or for something else. Again, I feel like somebody's offering you something, but this offer is coming with a lot of pressure. And it's like, it may appear like somebody's offering you something nice at first, but the more you dig into it, the more you realize this is not you. This is not what you want, and you're going to be required to stand up for yourself and say, no, this is not what I want. I'm a little bit smarter than that, okay? There's something, I was told to place this particular owl. I have 4 of them. And I was told to place this one in particular here. So there might be a connection for some of you with that particular owl. There is a change coming here, but the change can only happen if you are brave enough to say, no, I don't want that. No, I don't like that. No, that's not right. Or even being able to say, this is what needs to be done. This is where it needs to go. I need to see this through. All right, so there is a big change coming here. And it says here that transformation is beautiful. So this change is going to bring balance. It's going to bring harmony. It's going to show who you truly are, too. Who you are at your very core. All right, let's go ahead and lay out your tarot reading here and see what comes out. I know these are tiny cards. I probably should have chosen bigger. I don't know. This is what I was called to do, so to use. All right. Oh, that's funny. I just saw what that card was. Oh, it's definitely a good message here for you. Okay. So you've got your 6 cards here. Oh, look at what's on the bottom of the deck. Justice. Justice. All right, so let's see what we've got here. 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, the Devil, Strength card, the Ace of Wands, and the, oh my gosh, Temperance card here. All right, so yes, there is a lot of confirmation for the message that was already brought out. I'm going to zoom in so you can see these cards better. All right, that's as far as I can zoom in. All right, let's take a look here. With that 10 of Pentacles, there is something of value, legacy, long-term happiness, family, generational. Okay, here's what I'm hearing. If you decide, if somebody's proposed marriage to you or being with them, and you know it's not right for you, don't do it. Please don't do it, because this is not just going to affect you. This is going to affect your future, your children, and your in-laws, you know, or not your in-laws, your family. Okay, so please keep that in mind. If there is an offer on the table, to look at the long-term effects that it could have on not just you, but on future generations. And again, it is going to take a lot of strength, a lot of courage here. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the Strength card, okay? One above and one below. In the next position, you've got the Eight of Wands, which is about the communication, and that's what your rune stone was all about. And these wands, 8 wands, are going outward. They're going out. So this is you standing up and speaking up about what you believe in. And here you've got the divine protection of the Ace of Wands, the inspiration to use the right words, to find the right words so that things connect and inspire with the right people. So this may be, okay, I'm getting a message here again, of you trying to fight for something here, to protect some land, or to protect your children, or to protect yourself and your legacy. No matter what is going on, this Ace of Wands is here so that you can find and connect with your higher self, the powers that be, your powers that be, whoever it is you look to, turn to give you the right words, the right inspiration, the right direction, and the conviction too, because the wands are about that passionate drive to see something through. Now, here is what the root of the issue is. You've got the devil, okay? And the devil, look at how handsome that devil looks. I mean, that's like tempting, okay? So whatever this offer is, it is going to be very tempting, whether it's a love offer or, hey, we're going to do something to improve this historical land site. And it looks good on the surface, but once you start thinking about this and realize, oh, wait a minute, in future generations, that's not going to be good. They're really saying to balance the temptation, the desire to do something that you think is going to help. Okay. This is going to come across as very, very appealing to you. But then when you take a step back and you want to look at the real situation, you see that you have to be as fair and as balanced to everyone. Now, I just heard somebody may come in and say, hey, we're going to offer you this huge sum of money to let us do this, okay? And that's going to be very, very tempting. It's going to be like, well, that'll help everybody, in our community, our tribe, or my family, whatever your situation is. Oh, this is a big blessing. It looks really fantastic. But then when you look at the fine print, or maybe they say that they're going to give this to you, and then you find out they're going to give it to you for 20 years, and then they're going to take it back. Okay, there's something in the details. Now you are protecting something here, but you are also being protected. You are not going to fall into this trap. And I'm also hearing, again, romantically, if this is somebody proposing marriage and you have children, and even if you don't, it's the same thing. Is this really going to work out in the end? Okay. You have to look at things and weigh all aspects of the situation, not just the one. Okay. So I do see you doing that. You've got the Justice card here as your outcome card. I do want to get, what am I hearing? Spirit wants me to give you something else here. Let's see. Okay, so I've been sitting here for about a minute asking Spirit what I'm supposed to be giving you. And I will tell you, I've picked up several different things and my ears started just thrumming. Like, I don't even know how to put it. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I'm not picking this up. I'm not getting this. I don't understand. And I finally put my hand on the yes or no deck and my ears just stopped. All right, no pressure, no thrumming, no nothing. So, must be there is a yes or no question that somebody has. And the message here is yes. And the good news, and joyful events will explode into your life. Now, there is something here about exploding. I got like dynamite, maybe land blasting, hot news, like a news flash, okay? Like something is going to be big. All right, and it's good news, and it's joyful events, okay? So I'm getting like fireworks too. This will arrive like the light at the end of a dark tunnel. So that's the transformation energy. Something that started off like, well, this looks really, really good, but then you go, oops, maybe not so much. It actually ends up, okay? It says it arrives like the light at the end. Oh, no, I'm hearing that differently. It looks really good, like the light at the end of the tunnel. You've been fighting for something. You've been trying to protect something. And this looks like the answer. It looks like the solution, but it's not exactly what it seems. Hope and inspiration, however, will return for a quick resolution to the situation. And you can expect some unusual offers to come to you, providing you with boundless good luck and world-changing achievements. Look at that. Words and ideas are going to be your greatest tools. Again, communication here, okay? And what you think, who you are, what your ethics are. Those are your ideas. That's what you stick with. Absolutely beautiful answer there. Let's get you an angel number. What are the whispers from beyond? What are the whispers? Let's see what we've got here. I've got an upset squirrel, so I think I've got an orange cat out there chasing them. Let's go ahead and see what your angel number is here. Got it. 1616. Willpower, determination, your convictions, your strength, your courage, your bravery. What you feel needs to be done is what you are going to follow up on. All right, so it says here, the angels whispers that things may feel out of sync and not within your control. However, the whisper of the divine is asking that you remember that you are being supported and protected, and that your will is your superpower. Who you believe in, what you believe in. You've got the temple on here. It's about having faith. I started to pick up this deck and 2 cards were turned over. I don't think I left them on top. I didn't. It was the Ace of Wands, but it had a wedding ring, like a ring, a ruby ring. And then the other card was the Star card. So there is something there about the Ace of Wands, the determination, inspiration. And something else was going on there, but I've just lost it. All right, so the whisper of the divine is asking that you remember that you are being supported and that your willpower, your determination is your superpower. Determination is key right now. All right, you can use this positive affirmation if you so choose to. I call on my strength and willpower to take the lead. I accept and listen to the support of the divine within me. All right, everyone, I hope that this message gave you some sort of confirmation, courage to keep going. I do feel like this may be a little bit of a challenge here. I mean, not a little bit. This is something big for a lot of you. All right, keep in mind the bigger picture, the long-term effects of what you are choosing, okay? Be brave and be courageous and stand up for those things that you believe in and keep going, my loves. Things will be balanced and fair in the long run if you keep all of those things in mind. All right, thank you for listening to this message. I hope you have a fantastic day. I am going to go on to the second message, which is actually over here, and I'll be right back. Hello again to everyone who chose, I forgot to finish up here. The second choice here, which was Ken, or the torch, the light, rune stone. All right, so this is your reading, and this rune stone is talking about Being a guiding light is what I'm hearing. Being the leader. Standing up. This is kind of tying into first reading here. But this is more behind the scenes. The first reading was definitely about conviction, being out there, maybe taking the lead. But this is more playing the supportive character, but leading by example. You're not using words. This is more about actions, what you're doing, what you feel, what you think. Definitely leading the way. All right. Let's go ahead and see what your oracle messages are here. I'm also hearing carrying a torch for someone, and this is the romance angels here. And while I was putting these cards together, and Spirit guides me for each choice of everything, okay? I don't pick. I pick the decks, but based on what Spirit guides me towards. Like, if I put my hand there and I say, and I hear yes, then I go for that one. And that's what happens with these. And as I was doing this, for this is the only one that had a very distinct theme to it, and this one was romance. Doesn't mean that's what's going to come out here, but it definitely felt like that as the cards were coming together. Don't forget, I will be doing a 6-card tarot reading here. So let's see what the first of your oracle messages here. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Now, I'm also hearing that you could be the one that somebody comes to looking for that support. They may not have the answers that they need. Maybe they want confirmation about a choice they are going to make, or that could be you. Some of you may need to take time away from something in order to get clarity. And there is true love here. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay, so I do feel like some of you are questioning a relationship or a situation that you may be in. And this does feel like a love reading. I'm sorry. It can be something else. We'll see how it develops. There is a need to step back from this and make sure that you are seeing things clearly. And the most objective people are the ones who are not involved in this situation. So even though this is true love, you know, coming out that way, the romance of a lifetime, this could be the career of a lifetime. This could be the house that you're going to live in for the rest of your life. You really kind of want to ask others or feel them out to see if you're thinking and seeing everything. Okay, so you may have conversations with people not involved in the situation with, hey, you bought a house. Okay, we're going to go there for right now. You bought a house. How did you know it was the right one for you? What kind of things did you look for? All right, so let your friends help you. Let them guide you. Let them support you through these challenging questions that you have. And again, you could be doing this for somebody else on the backside. Like, you're not telling them what to do, but you're there to listen and let them. And it could be the same way with you, with your friends, you know, putting the information out and they're just kind of listening. Like, you're thinking it through, and they are a sounding board for you. Now, I am getting a very distinct message here of somebody is being proposed to for marriage or a big commitment, such as moving in together or, you know, let's have children. There's a big decision here. I don't care what the situation is. There's a big decision here. Now, if it's a wedding or having children or something like that, and parties or events or things need to be gathered, resources, information, allow your family and friends to help you with those things, okay? And it is quite possible here that there is a wedding being planned. I mean, the retreat could be a honeymoon. It doesn't say honeymoon. It says retreat. So there, I feel strongly there is a need to take a step back from this, do some consultation, look around, check things out. Even if you aren't giving or seeking actual words from somebody, this is about being guided. There's that torch, okay? It's about guiding or being guided. All right, let's go ahead and see what the Whispers of Love Oracle messages. Embrace your emotions. Allow yourself and your feelings to surface and be dealt with. To accept exactly how you feel. If you're scared and you want to turn around and retreat, please be sure to turn around and retreat. It doesn't mean you're leaving for good. Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. You have to have time to think about it, to consult, to be guided. That's what that torch rune stone is all about. Guidance. All right. Following a path. I'm getting hermit energy there, like really looking at the situation, thinking things through, allowing other people to give you guidance or you giving someone else guidance. It's all coming out like very demure. Like nobody's saying, you need to do this. You have to do. No, not that kind of guidance. Okay. And I'm really getting that for most of you. This is about like a sounding board, bouncing ideas off of somebody, letting, having that shoulder for somebody to be supportive or to be supported by somebody as you think it through, as you make your decisions. You have to deal with your emotions, okay? Nobody else can deal with them. Only you can. So please make sure you do. Don't put on the rose-colored glasses. Don't pretend that everything's right. Make sure that what you're thinking and feeling is really what you want. All right, we've got a hidden truth oracle message here. I want to see what it is. I have not seen any of these cards until I turn them over. Okay, so somebody knew exactly what they were doing. That could be you. See, I am getting the message. Sorry about that. I had to cough. I am getting the message that somebody, you, thought you knew exactly what you wanted, where you were headed. And somebody has offered you something here. Marriage, something to lead you down a path, okay, a particular direction in life. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. I don't know what's wrong with my voice right now. It is not like I have to clear my throat. It feels like I have a wet blanket over my throat. All right, let's see if we can do this. I'm just having so much trouble right now with my throat. Maybe somebody's not speaking up. Maybe somebody's so convinced. There we go. Somebody is not speaking up or dealing with their emotions. Somebody has it in their head, either you or someone around you. I'm getting this because this is your message, that it's probably most likely you that feels like you know exactly what you're wanted, what you're doing, and then all of a sudden this comes up and you're like, oh, now I'm questioning everything. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else we have here. Let's see what your tarot message is for you. 6 cards with an outcome. That'll be on the bottom of the deck. Oh. 1. Too many. Let me shuffle a little bit. Here we go. There we go. Was feeling like it was being forced, like my hands controlled. I know these are small cards. I will zoom in for you. I should have used bigger ones, but this is what I was called to use, so that's what we have. All right. I hope all of you are happy, healthy, and having some fun. I appreciate you being here, and I hope life's just treating you well. If not, I'm sending out prayers to you. Card 4 is out. Two more here, please, Spirit. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot. Interesting. Okay, so your first card is Two of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Magician, the Two of Wands, and the Emperor. Wow, look at that. 3 major arcana cards here. All right, so let me zoom in a little bit. Let's move them up. All right, so what you have here in your first position is the Two of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. A decision, a choice that you need to take time to think about, weigh it out. I'm getting like something, you were going down the road. Okay, you were going down through life, everything was fine, and then all of a sudden somebody threw this at you. Somebody pops the question out of the blue. You're not necessarily expecting something at this time. All right, now, if you're involved with somebody, of course, you probably thought about marrying them and, some days, 10 years down the road or whatever. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, some decision was presented to you, some sort of choice, and you're kind of feeling a little bit out of sorts. But what I'm hearing with that King of Pentacles, with this Two of Pentacles, 3 Pentacles, things work out. Things are very stable. I am still hearing, though, that this was a point where you thought you knew exactly what was coming next, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, something different. All right, I did just hear, too, that maybe you thought, okay, so again, if this is a romantic situation or whatever situation it is, you had an idea in your head of where things were going. So maybe you thought, okay, the next step here would be to get married. However, what I'm hearing is that somebody maybe says, hey, let's have kids instead of getting married. And you're kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, I thought about having kids with you after we get married. So this kind of throws you off a little bit, makes you wonder, is this the way I want to do this? Ask, get some guidance here. Pray on this. Think about this. Talk to other people who have maybe not gotten married but have children. And that's just an example. Okay, that doesn't have to be what your actual situation is. It could be anything that you expected, but that's not what came at you. Okay, I am seeing stability here. So for some of you, it could be a feeling of instability. Wow, that was a mouthful. All right, then it goes into the Knight of Pentacles with the Magician. And I'm getting that you're kind of hung up here on what you thought you were about to progress with, plant in the field, what you were going to grow for the future. And now something completely unexpected, because the Magician here with the Knight of Pentacles suggests to me that this is like magic, like out of the blue. Where did that come from? Completely unexpected. I keep hearing the word miracle. So some of you may look at this situation in a very positive light, like, wow, I just expected I would have to do this before that could happen. But look, this person just proposed this to me, offered this to me. I don't have to go to college before I take this job. It doesn't have to be a moral challenge. And I don't feel like this is negative. I just think it's completely unexpected. And you are going to be left with a decision. And you're the only one who can make this decision for yourself. You can listen to all the advice that you want. And the Spirit is saying, please do make sure you get some advice here. Because there is information you do not have pertaining to this situation. And this is kind of unexpected in a very positive, good way that can lead to a huge change in your life with that Chariot card. All right, so a huge change, but it's a change that you decide. Nobody else can decide it. You get to decide your future. Look at this, and here you are contemplating it. Okay, 7 of Pentacles, and now the Chariot. This reading has been all about Pentacles. This could be career. It could be, what's the legacy? What's going to be left behind? What is being grown here? What will we be able to do with this? Oh, for our future. That's interesting. That 3 of Wands just showed up like that. All right, so you will be faced with some sort of decision. I do feel like somebody may propose something here that's unexpected, like just out of order. It just feels like you maybe are going to elevate in your life quicker than you ever thought possible. Again, maybe we were supposed to get, you thought, I date, I get married, I have kids. I date, we get married, we buy a house, we have kids. We date, we're going to have a house. Whoa, unexpected, but not bad. Okay. Again, hey, I just graduated from here and I'm expecting to get a job here. However, I may be able to jump way over here into something even better. All right, let me zoom back out here. So yeah, this is not bad in any way, shape, or form. This is like an elevation, a boost, an unexpected blessing. Okay, let's get you an angel oracle number to finish this off. I hope you've enjoyed this one. This one was definitely a good reading. So was the first one. I like this one because it feels like things are going to go in your favor. Absolutely. It's your decision, whatever you decide you want to do with this. Now, you don't have to accept being, I'm getting an image here and a message here of, say you enter a process of going to school. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting that again. And you're entering, you've been through kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth. Now you're in 5th grade, and all of a sudden somebody comes to you or comes to your parents and says, your child's really brilliant. They're really, really good at this. Let's advance them up to 9th grade. Let's just get rid of those middle grades and put them where their acumen is at, where their skills, where their talents will be best utilized. Okay, now there is a need to think that through, because you're talking about somebody who's in 5th grade at a certain age. Is the emotional part of it, the emotional part here, embrace your emotions, is that balanced with the intelligence? Can a 5th grader deal with 9th grade issues, life issues? All right, is this something that can be done outside of the normal school environment? I think you get it, okay? So there's going to be emotions and things that will need to be dealt with here. All right, let's go ahead and get you an angel oracle number. Beautiful message. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to click that like button, okay? You can claim this in the comments too. And I just think this is absolutely beautiful. And I hope if you chose this message, that this turns out in your favor exactly the way Spirit sees it happening for you. All right, let's go ahead and see. There it is. Whoop, mayonnaise. All right, 4444. That's all about stability. Okay, look at this. This is a blessing in disguise. Like you expected this, but boom, you get this. All right, there's going to be obstacles or hardships in this decision. It's not going to be easy. Let your friends help you. Let Spirit guide you. This is character building. Okay, this is about really determining what you want for your future. And here it is. It's your decision. Don't give up that authority to anybody else. And again, if somebody's asking you to marry them and in the long run, that just does not feel right for you, tell them that. And tell them what does feel right to you. You know, that's how you build character. Speaking up for yourself, being truthful, being authentic, communicating well. All right. There is a big experience happening here. Now, there may be some difficulties ahead, but you will get through them, okay? You've got this. If possibly you have been struggling or feeling lost in the past, the winds of change are about to blow in your favor, all right? Some things might fall apart like you didn't, you thought you were going to date, get married, have kids. Maybe you just go from dating to having kids or buying a house. So something may be lost in the meantime, in the process. So some things may fall apart or by the wayside, but you are building the framework for something much better. So just keep going, okay? Hang in there. All right, it's your choice, your decisions. All right, my loves, this concludes choice number 2 here. And I wish you the very best. Hi, everyone that chose the third choice here, Rod or Rodio, however you want to say that, the runestone here, which is about the cycles of life, the journeys that you're on, the experiences that you're having, and processing. Are you processing and enjoying the journey that you're on, or are you I'm hearing holding yourself back in the sense that you're not enjoying what's happening in your life right now, and you're forgetting that it's just a cycle. It's just a temporary thing. And if you cling to what you're not enjoying right now, then you're going to be stuck in that cycle. You're not going to see what the opportunities that can take you out of what you're experiencing. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here. I have not seen any of the cards, to know what's on the other side of these. I will see them when you do. All right, and don't forget, I'm going to do the 6-card tarot spread with the card on the bottom of the deck being the outcome. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have with spirit animal. You have the dog, you have the friend, and it says here, today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. There it is, right there. I choose to be happy. You are choosing to see the things that can change the situation that you are in. Also, this may concern other people here because it says I am a protector and friend. Okay, so there's loyalty, trust, faith. Okay, faith. There's also growth here, growing with someone or growing through the experiences. Oh, look at this. You got the cat and the dog. Oh my goodness. I love this. Okay, so you got the cat, which is independent. The dog is the friend. So it's the balance of self with others. Okay, I love that. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. All right, this says here that you are a natural healer. Your very presence can help others to feel stronger. And your intuition is very, very strong. You do not have to go with what everybody else says. You don't have to believe what they say. You know how to balance who you are with the pack. Okay, so you're not a crowd pleaser. You're not a follower. You're a leader. You're independent. All right. Life supports you in every way that you choose. And again, this is a choice here of balancing, helping, and protecting other people, but also being able to be yourself. How beautiful is that? Absolutely love that. Now you've got a star seed card here too, and this says Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother. Take time to slow down and be in nature. This is about you finding that balance within yourself and seeing that life is a cycle. So this is beautiful. I don't feel like you are stuck in a rut. Somebody out there is, and Spirit's wanting to remind you that everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. We may want to hold on to something for dear life and expect it to last for the rest of our lives. It just doesn't always work that way. Everything is a cycle. What can you get? Like the pulsing of the earth, okay? That's a pulse. A pulse is something that it's there and it's gone. It's there and it's gone. It's there and it's gone, okay? And that's what this is all about. The cycles of life. Things coming and going. Taking the time to appreciate what you have while you have it, okay? Because it will go away eventually. But you also have to keep in mind, for those of you who might be feeling a little bit stuck, like this cycle's never ending, what you focus on is what's going to change that, okay? So there's an element there of needing to know that we are partially responsible for helping to end cycles, to bring in new cycles, welcoming new things when something is removed from our lives. If something has been removed from our life, there's a reason for it, okay? It was cyclical. It was not meant to be there forever. Let that thing go, because that means something bigger and better is coming in here for you. Deal with your emotions, deal with what needs to be dealt with, but move forward, okay? Let's see what we have here with the Queen of the Moon Tarot Oracle message. Discernment, number 10. Closing out a cycle here, using your good judgment. Where can you balance things? I'm getting here that this discernment is about you realizing that things are a cycle, okay? First, realizing that something's going to come in. It may stay here for a long time or a little while, but it's going to end. It is the cycle of life. But I'm also hearing here the discernment of balancing yourself with what the crowds want, okay? So you're not a follower. You're definitely not a follower. You're a leader. You have good chi. I just heard that. You have beautiful chi. You know how to create, co-create that balance within yourself, to absorb what needs to be absorbed. Inspiration, courage, centering, taking time in nature again too. You definitely know how to use and balance your heart and your head, to put all of your energy to good use. I love that. And by the way, that is the, what do we have here? The waxing gibbous moon, okay, in the first phase. All right, let's move into your tarot message here and see what is going to come out. 6 cards, with the bottom of the deck being your outcome. Let's see what's going to come out here for you. I hope all of you are doing well. And if not, if you need prayers, my heart goes out to you. I'm sending up good vibes. I'm sending up happy prayers for peace, for happiness, for comfort, whatever it is you are seeking. All right, let's get your 6 cards here. I hope I'm holding the deck the right way. Yep. Okay, what else do we have here? 3 of the 6 are out. 4. 5. And your final card. Well, you have 3, and we're going to take it. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the 7 of Swords, a strategy or a plan. All right. It could mean something else, but I don't think so. You got the 10 of Pentacles in this one in the same position as the other reading. You've got the Knight of Wands below that. You've got the Page of Cups. You've got the Magician, the Tower, and then these 3 cards are Ace of Wands, which is also a repeat card. So is the Magician a repeat card. 7 of Pentacles is a repeat card, and the Page of Swords. All right, let's see what is going on here. Interesting energies. Now, I've got to tell you, right away, the first thing I heard was you need a very good plan here, an exit strategy. But then immediately upon hearing that, I heard somebody is going to try to pull a fast one on you. Let me zoom in so you can see the cards a little better here. I know they're tiny. That's what I was called to use. All right, let's do it this way. Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so there could be an issue here. We have the 10 of Pentacles and then the Knight of Wands. So something that you consider to be very stable for your future, lifelong, you know, you're doing what you need to do to continue to create and keep a balanced, healthy, working future, whether that's family, career, money, hobbies, whatever it is. You're working actively on creating something beautiful here. And right now, that 10 of Pentacles is like ultimate. It's at its apex, which tells me that it may change here, okay? It's the cycle of life. Everything comes and it goes. You may have mastered a skill in communication, in something you do with your hands, in making money. Something has come to its apex. That's where it's at, okay? With this Knight of Wands, there is a word of caution about some rushing in. Somebody rushing in. Unicorns are, you know, I mean, this person is riding a unicorn. I've never seen a unicorn. That doesn't mean they don't exist, but I personally have never seen a unicorn. And that's kind of going to be the energy surrounding what comes towards you. Oh, you want to offer me this? That's a unicorn. That's not real. That's not my existence. That's not my reality. Yours. I'm talking about you. And you're going to look at this situation with a little bit of, is that really where I want to take this? So there's just a word of caution here. Somebody may try to pull a fast one on you. So say you're at the apex of making money, like you've invested, and right now is the apex. Now you may or may not know that that's where it's at. But somebody comes along and says, oh, I've got this really good investment for you, or hey, this is going to keep going like this. And you don't really know, but they're like, oh, you should take all your money out now, okay, because it's at the apex. Don't be foolish enough to do that, please. They may be trying to pull a fast one over on you. They may want you to invest in something that they want investors in. Okay, pipe dreams, pipe dreams. All right, use caution here. Balance what you know about yourself and about what the crowds are doing. Okay, again, you know, you're independent. You're smart enough. Oh, you can't even see the cat card there. Let's put them over here. All right, so we have the earth pulsing, feeling the pulse, feeling the energy, knowing that things are going to come and go, but playing it through. All right. Be creative. Think outside the box. Watch. Excuse me. This is about your resources. This magician with this Page of Cups. This is about your resources. Knowing who you are, knowing how to balance them, being creative with what you've got, using your head. I'm hearing your own discernment here. Using your head. You're smart. You've done the trial and error. You know that things come and they go. You don't want to have somebody apologizing to you down the road because, oops, they made a mistake. They thought it was going to do this and it didn't do it. Okay? Count on yourself. The magician does not look to other people when he's experimenting, when he's saying, I've done this, I've tried that, I know this works, I know that does not work. And I know that there's cycles here, that things come and they go, okay? And it's my choice on how I handle this. It is that process, okay? It is the cycle. Now I'm hearing here that there will be some sort of shock, some sort of surprise. Something may be taken even though you've done everything the way you're supposed to. All right, and as your outcome card, it has been placed right next to this tower. Again, Spirit is saying, have a plan, have a strategy. And with the Seven of Swords, look at this. Look at this. Another repeat card here. The Emperor is right behind the Seven of Swords. With the Seven of Swords, it's about eliminating distractions, taking the teeth out of something dangerous. That was a very specific analogy there. Taking the teeth out of something dangerous. And the image I'm getting is of an animal, okay? But I'm also like a bear, taking the teeth out of it. But it's not the bear. It's a bear trap. It's a bear market. It's a bear market. Somebody's definitely playing money, okay? I'm not going to go into that. I'm not a financial advisor. You know what you need to do. Get rid of the distractions. Don't follow the crowd, okay? You're the one in control here. You're smart. You know what you need to do. You know what plan. Look at this. You got the Strength card right behind that and the Queen of Swords. She's smart. She's always looking for the truth. With that Strength card, though, this is your personal strength. This is your conviction. You don't have to follow the crowd, but you can still go. Oh my gosh, it's a bear. The bear market. Okay. It's your decision. Have a strategy, have a plan, and something unexpected is probably going to be happening here. Like you may hear tale of something coming to an end. And you might be surprised by that. You need to have a plan in case that's true. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Have a plan. Have your fingers on the pulse of the situation. Listen to what Spirit's telling you. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. Here, you know what's best if you'll trust yourself and have some faith. Now you have the Ace of Wands, divine inspiration to move forward. Seven of Pentacles, really And this Seven of Pentacles is about balance. Look at that. It's not just for you, it's for the future. So balancing out the cycle. You have this for here, you have that for there, and you've also have planned for the future. And then the Page of Swords. Again, I'm hearing you're receiving information. You're going to make a decision. You need to have some sort of strategy or plan for when, okay, even if this has absolutely nothing to do with money, there's always a need to kind of have a thought process that's like, oh, I'm enjoying this. This is so beautiful. This is awesome. I'm going to keep doing this. Everything's working out exactly as I want. My life is so good. Things are so beautiful. Not to be a doomsday person, but a little bit of, all right, well, you know, everything comes and goes. What would I do if I were to lose my job tomorrow? Okay, you're not worrying about losing your job. You're asking yourself, what would I do if I were to lose my job next week? Do I need to be setting some money aside now? Do I want to continue to work? Do I want to look for another job? You know, you're just thinking these things through. You're not worrying. You're not stressing. You're formulating a scenario of possibilities. That's what that Seven of Pentacles is. And you've got double sevens, one right above the other. I'm going to get the angel number book and see what number 77 is. And it says, calm your fears. You are supported, okay? The fears you have might not go anywhere anytime soon, but don't stress. Do not stress. They do not have to control you. This is not about you being worried or thoughtful or fearful of the future or what's to come. No, and what I'm getting here is somebody's going, oh my God, I could lose my job tomorrow. I don't think I could survive. That's not what Spirit is talking about here. Calm those fears. Those are fears. Nobody needs those in their life. Okay? Your angels are trying to reassure you that they give you their full support. Work on calming your fears today, because the plan B is not about being afraid. It's about being proactive and understanding that everything comes in cycles. All right, so that's good. A plan here. No need to worry, and that's exactly what Spirit wants you to know. No need to worry, but think things through just a little bit. Maybe write down some ideas so that if something does come to an end, what happens if your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, husband, wife, leaves? What are you going to do? You're not going to stress about it. You're going to sit there and say, what would life look like if they were not in the picture? And then you're going to say, okay, well, this is what it would look like. And then you're going to put it away. You know, you're not going to sit there and brood on that, because then you're going to bring it to be. You just understand that life is a cycle. And by having your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your life, what the possibilities are, you can, and again, this is not doomsday thoughts at all. This is discernment, proactive thinking, balancing. You know what's coming through here very, very strongly is that something's going to happen in the general world, okay? Overall, there's going to be some sort of announcement, and the announcement might come, and this is just an example, okay? The market's crashed. The market is crashing, okay? And everybody is going to go out there and start taking their money because they don't want to lose everything they have. You've got enough knowledge and experience under your belt that when that shock or surprise comes and the mass population goes and takes all their money out of the stock market, that further crashes the market. You know to leave your money there. This is an example, and I'm not giving you advice on what to do. This is an example. You're like, nope, I'm just going to let it ride. It may take 5 or 10 years for it to bounce back, but I'm not out anything. That money was already there. I'm going to leave that there. You know from experience, you've already done this. You've already been building your wealth. You've already been building your security. That in 5 to 10 years, you're going to make out like a bandit. You're going to have full access to everything you already had, but all of a sudden, you're already in the market when it comes back. Just an example. Again, not giving any advice here. So this could be, again, any scenario. It does not have to be that. It could be romantic. It could be, hey, I work for an awesome company. Okay. And then we had that global thing that happened, and it shut down so many productive companies that have been around for 50, 60 years. It also shut down companies that were here for 2 or 3 years that were awesome. What would be your exit strategy? Oh, there's that word exit strategy again that came up immediately when I started that reading. This reading. So again, have a plan, not a worry thing, discernment. What if? And then jot things down. Don't go into details. Just jot down, how would I feel? What would I do? What would be the next step? Give yourself some ideas, some clues, and then if and when anything does happen, even if it's not about finances and it's more about romance or your job or something happens with your house, you have something to look at that can calm your fears, that will help you to say, oh, I already thought about that. I didn't worry about it. I thought about it. And here's some things I could do. And once you have something in mind that you can do and you start actively working in that direction, your fears are gone. You're being proactive. I absolutely love this message. This one was really cool. We're going to get you an angel number here. And then I feel like there's something else that's coming out here too. Yes or no answers, possibly. This is a beautiful message that you are intelligent, you're forward thinking, you're progressive, you're very balanced. I love the dog and cat was the opening to this, okay? That you know how to use your own discernment, your own thought processes, your own experiences to help you make healthy decisions. You do not follow the crowd, but you're there as a good, loyal friend, okay? 2020, what do they say about 2020? Hindsight is 2020. And what does that mean? That means that in the future, you're going to look back and say, yep, I was proactive. I knew this might be a possibility. So I took a moment and I did something that would help me be stable. Hindsight's 2020. Other people are going to look back and go, oh, well, I could have predicted that. Of course, that's the way it was going to turn out. No, you didn't. They didn't feel that way at the time. All right. So this is about having mercy for yourself and understanding you are not like everyone else. You are not in that crowd. You're not going to follow the lemmings as they jump off the cliff. But it's also about your ability to be diplomatic. You are a loyal and trusting friend. You are independent and you're balanced, okay? And there is potential here. You have all the potential that you need. You've already proven that. There can be service here, recovery, helping others. You can't tell other people, like I'm giving you examples and you're going to do exactly what you want, okay? There are going to be those people in your life where you want to help guide them. You can't do that for them. You can offer the information, but they're going to either dismiss it or embrace it, and that's all you can do is let them make their own choice. All right, you are adaptable and there will be renewal here. All right, this is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs, that your discernment is correct. But it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world. And look at that, your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. Now, what I'm hearing with that is if you can help somebody else to think proactively before a situation comes up, that would be the best way to be of service to others. You can't tell them this is going to happen because you don't know. Okay? But what you can do is say, hey, have you ever thought about thinking about this ahead of time? What would happen if, and keep them from fearing. Keep them from fearing. All right. We're going to get you a yes or no answer here. And I'm actually hearing to roll the letter dice. All right. We're going to roll one letter dice after this yes or no answer. Your answer is a yes. Joy, success, happiness, and fateful changes rush towards you. What does it mean when something's fateful? It means it's going to happen. It's a cycle. This up is going to go down. The down is going to go up. This will remove the barriers and obstacles that are in your way currently. You successfully promote your ideas while enjoying a sense of self-realization and a revival of your strength. Look at that. It's right there. All right. Get ready for endless optimism and energy. And it is infectious, so you will be able to help others. Okay. All right, my loves, I hope you've enjoyed this message. If you have, make sure you click that like button. If you're interested in a personal reading, please email me. My information is down below. And I am only taking certain readings. I'm not just opening them up to everybody. All right, so email me if you're interested, and I will send you all the details. Until our energy crosses again, I'm wishing you much peace, love, and happiness. Bye-bye.